What's up guys, Brix from Brix Fitness. Today's video is something a little bit different. This is not your typical vlog or informational type video. In this video I had a conversation with my man Jordan Syatt. He's Gary Vaynerchuk's personal trainer. He's been featured in Huffington Post, CNN, Men's Health magazine. He's a very smart guy, you know, someone that I actually look up to in the fitness space. So we had a really good conversation about business and about fitness, about life. I appreciate you guys. Take a minute right now to like the video. Here's the conversation. This whole fitness thing kind of happened really organically for me. Like I used to be into music. Like I produce music, I would write my own music, I used to rap, and I thought music was my calling. And it wasn't until a few years ago, like I don't know if you watched my transformation video, I kind of like went on this. I had this scare because I had high blood pressure. Like I was borderline diabetic. I was 360 pounds, and I had to like do something to take control of my life. You know, I was depressed. You know, I had the victim mentality. I was blaming everyone else for my downfalls. You know, I just was in a bad space. I didn't know what my purpose was. I kind of was just like floating around. You know, letting my life be a victim of my impulses. You know, and I kind of one day, and I remember it was like March 1st, 2013. I decided I was going to take control, and from that day forward. And it's weird because I have video, because what I did was, I was so sure that I was going to transform my body that from then I started documenting everything.
That's amazing.
Everything. So we're working on a documentary now with all the old footage. So I would do like weekly, you know, I would stand in front of the camera, explain how I was feeling physically, emotionally, mentally, and I did that every week or so for 3 years. And I got all the footage, all my first workouts, like me trying to do a pull-up the first time, like everything.
That's so badass.
Yeah, everything.
It's so crazy to see the difference.
That's so awesome. Because most people hide that.
You know, I've always been into social media, but it was more so like showing off my kids.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like how I had a decent little, I had like 2,500 followers because everyone loved my kids.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, and it's weird because I was like giving motivation to people. I was still fat, you know what I'm saying? But I was so sure of where I was going to take it that in retrospect, I'm looking like, bro, you had no right to be trying to inspire anyone, bro. You still had a double chin in that video. But anyway, I see the potential that the brand can, like the impact that we can make.
Yeah.
The way that people are responding to the content, bro. Like I probably get goosebumps or a tear every day by some of these emails and the comments and I never in a million years would have thought that I would be connecting with people in this space. Like I'd never seen this.
It's incredible, man. Seriously, congrats. It's huge.
It's a blessing, man. So, and it's allowed me to, you know, make a living
doing what you love.
Yeah, bro.
And helping people.
It's amazing. It's the most amazing thing. So my fitness journey is so much deeper than just looks.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? It's so much more than that. So now it's like, because I literally, like fitness literally saved my life, like literally, and not just like medically. Like I was going to lose my mind. I was suicidal. I was like all over the place. So the wellness, like the wellness aspect of it, and just like the mental fitness and just like everything, of course. But just finding happiness and personal development through fitness. Yeah. So that's kind of like where the space that I'm taking it. So in your what's your definition of wellness?
My biggest thing is comes down to the individual, right? It's like in the same way that you were self-aware enough to know that your niche isn't like the six-pack all year round. It's like you have to look at the individual and be like, okay, like what's going to make you the happiest, and understanding that will change over time.
Absolutely.
Like what you needed 3 years ago is very different than what you need now. And I think most people, they get in this idea of like, okay, well this is what worked for me then, it's what I have to do forever. It's like, no, you have to understand like this will work for you a certain period of time. Then just like you need a new training program every month, you might need a new definition of wellness as you like improve over time. So like I don't think there's just one. I think it's more being like, okay, maybe right now you need to focus more on your nutrition, and maybe right now you need to focus more on like what's going on in here, and like figure that out as you grow.
Yeah, Matrix, that's true. I'm pretty sure, like me, you get asked all the time, like from beginners, like what are some tips, right? So When people ask you that, how do you normally respond? Like tips for beginners.
Tips for beginners.
Yeah. And I know that's really general. It's really
so
broad.
General, yeah.
Like I'm just curious as to how you respond when people ask you that.
So usually my first like answer back is like, well, what do you want to do? Like, it's funny because I don't know if you watch my Instagram stories, but like,
yeah,
I post the funny questions that I get, but also like a lot of the serious ones. And a lot of times people will be like, hey, how do I do this? And I'll respond like, well, what do you think? Or like, well, tell me what you want to do, instead of just being like, do this, this, this.
Yeah.
Because most people, they know. Like, they know what they want. They're looking for confirmation, or they're looking for like that quick fix or that pill. So by me being like, well, what do you think? Or like, what do you like for that way? Because here's the thing, if you tell someone what to do, especially if they're like, people don't want to be told necessarily what to do a lot of times. Like, they're like, ah, fuck you.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, listen, you're fucking up. You need to hit your nutrition. Stop being lazy. They're like, screw you. Like, I'm an adult. I can do what I want. Whereas if they're like, hey, I need help, and then you're like, well, like, what do you think the best plan of action is?
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden it's their idea, and they're like, I don't know. Like, I should like. One of my favorite stories is a client like years ago. I had this client. Before she became a client, she sat down. She was like, I hate vegetables. I will never eat vegetables. I was like, cool, no worries. And she was like, what? Because no one ever told her that before. They're like, well, all right, well then you're just gonna fail because you're not gonna do it. And like, I was like, you don't have to eat vegetables, no problem. And she was like, okay. And throughout the conversation, I was talking like, so what's your biggest struggle with nutrition? Like with fat loss, why haven't you been able to do it? She was like, well, like I get hungry a lot. And like, I'm like, okay, well, how do you think like we can prevent you from getting so hungry? She was like, I don't know, probably stop eating so much junk and like maybe like incorporate more fruits and vegetables. I was like, well, I mean, you don't like vegetables, so let's not talk about that. And she was like, no, like I like peas. And I was like,
wow.
All right, I mean, like, if you don't have to. She's like, I could add. She literally talked herself.
But had you pushed against that whole vegetable thing,
she would have been like, you.
Yeah, that's true.
And like, so like, it's all about asking the right questions to get them to like spit it out themselves. And it can take some time. It's not like the one question. It like takes a little bit of work.
That makes a lot of sense. What do you find is the number one thing that stands between your client and success? And then how do you coach them around that, whatever that thing is?
Then it changes for everyone, but the number one thing above all is patience. Like above all is patience. And it manifests itself in a lot of different ways, but most people, they like have this idea of how much progress they should see in a certain period of time, and so they'll be like I'm sure you see this too, people like so stoked to work with you. They're like, yes, I can't wait, I'm so excited, let's do it. And then like 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in, the scale will go up at one point, it'll like bounce up or something, it'll be like, dude, what the fuck, why'd the scale go up, like this isn't working. You're like, yo, relax. Like, you're 3 weeks in, chill. And then like the people who can recover from that and understand, like, listen, so I have a video course I take all my clients through, my nutrition clients, and like the first video in that entire series is entitled "You Can't This Up," and it's explaining essentially that like, I don't care if you go out and have a whole pizza, I don't care if you like go out and like binge, like you didn't screw up as long as you get right back on track. And understanding like the scale's gonna go up. Not every day is gonna be like this. Not every day is gonna be like this in the gym. There's gonna be ups and downs and lefts and rights. But like, I'm not looking at the day to day, I'm looking at like the macro here. And the sooner you can get them on the macro, the sooner they'll stop worrying about that single daily measure and like look at the long term.
I quoted you recently in one of my videos. You were like, you're always one meal away from getting back on track.
Exactly.
And it made so much sense. You know, and I've been using that with my clients. Like, yo, listen, you're gonna mess up.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Exactly.
It's just how you respond, because I remember being in that place where if I messed up and I had some drinks and I ate pizza at 2 in the morning, the next day I'm like, man, you know what? I might as well not go to the gym today. And then that turns into me not working out the whole weekend. Exactly. And then it turns into it's like the snowball effect. All right, do you think it's possible for precision fat loss without tracking macros? Like, we're talking about that client that needs to lose that last 12 pounds to reveal their abs?
No.
Do you think that's possible?
I mean, like, I shouldn't say yes, it's possible.
Yeah.
I think it's possible for someone who's already done it and who's like already like they know what they have to do. For someone who like wants to get stage lean, like get like very, very lean, if they've never done that before, like yeah, it's possible, but like not likely.
Yeah.
And I think the best strategy for long term is to first learn how to count your calories, count your macros, learn that as a skill. You don't have to do it your whole life.
Yeah.
But spend 90 days or 6 months doing it hardcore, and that way, like, down the road, you won't have to.
And that's kind of what I tell people. Like, it's not something that I expect you to do forever. No. But it's a very, like you said, it's a very valuable skill. So as you can see, Jordan is a really smart guy. He's really dope. Make sure you visit his website. It is right here below. Follow him on Instagram. He's like one of the best people to follow on Instagram if you're looking for solid fitness advice and information. So make sure you do that. All his links will be in the description. And as always, I'm just trying to share the wellness with you guys. So get well and get money.